Lagos Television, the voice of Lagos.
On the news tonight, President Bola Tinubu mourns Jigawa tanker explosion victims, pledges government support. House of Representatives demands early transmission of medium-term expenditure framework to National Assembly for early consideration of 2025 appropriation bill. Lagos State Government graduates over 5,000 people in skills acquisition, assures more opportunities for economic growth. On the foreign scene, more aid lorries enter Gaza after U.S. threats to cut Israel's military support aid. These and more shortly. Good evening, it's the news at 8 on Lagos Television. I am Adebimpe Omotayo. A mass burial has been conducted for 140 victims of the petrol tanker explosion that took place at Majia Town Taura local government area of Jigawa State. About 90 other victims of the ugly incident are currently in various hospitals in the state receiving treatment. The explosion occurred at midnight on Tuesday when the driver of a tanker traveling from Kano to Nguru in Yobe State lost control near Khadija University, Majia. The tanker, which had departed Kano and was headed to Nguru town in Yobe State, exploded after the driver lost control. A statement by the police public relations officer of Jigawa State Command, DSP Lawan Adam, says the residents were scooping fuel from the overturned tanker when the explosion occurred, sparking a massive inferno that killed 94 people on the spot, leaving 50 people severely injured and were later rushed to Ringim and Hadija General Hospitals for treatment. DSP Adam described the scene as a horrific tragedy, emphasizing the need for the public to understand the risks associated with scooping fuel from accident scenes. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has directed the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, to lead a federal government delegation to Jigawa in response to Tuesday night's inferno in Majia town, which claimed over 100 lives. The government delegation will comprise the Minister of Defense, Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, Minister of Transportation, Senator Saidu Al-Khali, Co-Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Commission, Shehu Mohammed, and the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement, Northwest, Abdullahi Tanko Yakasai. While in Jigawa, the delegation will also visit the scene of the incident to assess the situation and visit injured persons in the hospital. A statement from the Office of the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, hinted that President Tinubu has further directed that emergency aid, including medical supplies, food and shelter, be extended to the 50 victims receiving treatment and others affected by the fire. The president, with a heavy heart, joins the vice president in extending his deepest condolences to the families of the victims of this devastating incident. He expresses his heartfelt prayers and support to the government and people of Jigawa during this time of tragic loss and grief. President Tinubu reassures the nation that the federal government, in collaboration with states, is committed to the swift and comprehensive review of fuel transportation safety protocols across the country. Now, Vice President Kashim Shettima has asked the newly appointed Board of Directors of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority to diversify the nation's investment portfolio to support key sectors of the economy. He reminded the board members of their stewardship role as custodians of the collective patrimony of the people of Nigeria. Vice President Shettima outlined the administration's vision for the NSIA, drawing comparisons with more established sovereign wealth funds, stressing the need to support the real economy, particularly highlighting the NSIA's role in agricultural revitalization.
I urge you to continue diversifying your portfolio of holdings and support the real economy. You have been supporting the nation in our agricultural revitalization efforts. You are part of the success story, especially in bringing in agricultural inputs. I want you to sustain that tempo. And ours is a young nation. The average age of the Nigerian nation is 16.9. 70% are below the age of 30. Plans are in the pipeline by the federal government to establish a youth entrepreneurship investment bank, all geared towards assisting our youth to be gainfully employed.
Earlier, Chairman of the NSIA Board of Directors, Segun Ogunsanya, said the visit became necessary to enable members of the board introduce themselves to the Vice President. Ogunsanya said members of the NSIA Board of Directors were looking forward to submitting their last audited accounts to NEC and then sharing what the NSIA had done and what it intends to do, as he promises that the principles upon which NSIA was founded will never change under his watch as chairman. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, has departed Abuja for Sweden on a two-day visit to represent Nigeria in bilateral engagement with the Scandinavian nation. The Vice President, during the working visit, will engage in high-level bilateral talks with key government officials, including a meeting with Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden and the Swedish Prime Minister. Vice President Shettima will explore opportunities for strengthened collaboration between Nigeria and Sweden in areas such as ICT, innovation, education, digitalization, sustainable transport, mining, and agriculture. The Vice President will also meet with Noxen, a Stockholm-based venture capital impact investor, which recently launched Noskin 22, a $205 million tech investment fund for Africa. The meeting with Noskin will provide insight into how Nigerian entrepreneurs can benefit from this fund and further strengthen the technology ecosystem in Nigeria. The Vice President is expected back in the country on Saturday. The Nigerian Senate says rumors of impeachment of the President of the Senate are coming from paid agents bent on causing confusion in the polity. Reacting to an online publication which claims that there were underground moves to remove him from office, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, said there was no end to the manipulation of social media by people with ulterior motives. He described such reports as fake and should be disregarded. Akpabio thereafter said asked the Senate Committee on Special Duties to investigate the matter and report back as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the publication had alleged that operatives of the Department of State Services have taken over the National Assembly complex to stop the rumored impeachment moves. And back home, the Lagos State government has joined the rest of the world to celebrate World Food Day. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu enjoined stakeholders and the people of Lagos to play their part in ensuring food security and sustainability in the Center of Excellence. Aditola Kayode reports.
150 countries all over the world celebrate World Food Day in 50 languages on October 16 every year. The United Nations set this day aside to raise awareness about hunger around the world. In Lagos, the grand finale of the World Food Day was celebrated with loads of fanfare and exhibition of foods, crops and livestock by different farmers and farm settlements, with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu touring the stalls one after the other. Eco World Food Day 2024, with the theme Right to Foods for a Better Life and a Better Future, was another opportunity for Mr. Governor to showcase and highlight his administration's commitment and strategies in ensuring food sufficiency, strengthening agricultural value chain, training and empowering over 1,000 farmers. Government is also employing Catching Them Young. Governor Sanwo-Olu described the rebranding of the Ministry of Agriculture and incorporating food systems as a critical standpoint in the state economy.
Our food security strategy is on course in Lagos. And therefore, as we celebrate the World Food Day here today, let us renew our commitment to making agriculture the backbone, or to better word, one of the critical backbone of the state economy. Don't let us give the excuse that we're a tiny little state, and so we cannot engage in agriculture or in food stability.
As a ministry, we are resolute in our mission to ensure that all citizens have the access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food. Various
groups, associations, settlements and council areas showcase their foods, goods and services to Governor Sanwo-Olu's admiration. Aditola Kayode, OTV News.
And for more giant strides from Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says his administration will continue to create environment and opportunities where everybody can thrive. The governor gave this assurance at the graduation ceremony for over 5,000 young people trained and empowered at skill acquisition centers across the state. Aditola Kayode reports.
These 5,512 young adults, including women, have been trained in 19 Lagos State government-owned skills acquisition centers spread across the 5 divisions of the state. The Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation has empowered them in different skills, including fashion designing, photography, hairdressing, shoe and leather works, furniture and woodwork, vulcanizing, tile laying, amongst other skills, in line with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's passion for empowering women, youths and communities through various initiatives and programs.
This current administration has further demonstrated its commitment to empowering and supporting citizens by improving and supporting a life-changing program that fosters economic growth and personal development through our essential life skills economic empowerment.
Governor Sanwo-Olu enjoined these set of graduates to constantly equip and upgrade themselves with valuable skills in order to impact the society positively. He asked them to prioritize doing the right thing at all times, think out of the box and be professional, whilst not forgetting to be part of Lagos's economy.
Keep your vision alive. That means that have your eyes set on your goal. Don't be distracted. Don't, 1 month you are into fashion designing. The following month you are going into braid doing. The next month you are going into eye fixing. The next month you are going into tailoring. The next one you want to do catering. No. You are confusing yourself. Remain focused. Keep your eye on a vision and work with it. There are going to be millionaires in your choosing profession. But to get there, There is no two-way. It's hard work. It's hard work, perseverance, commitment, professionalism, ensuring that you do the right thing at all times. And like I said to you, don't forget your society, the society that has given you this opportunity.
The governor, who approved the replacement of all obsolete equipment in all the skills acquisition centers, presented certificates, awards and empowerment tools to the best graduating students. Adetola Kayode, LTV News.
Now, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's efforts at ensuring and cultivating a multimodal transportation system in the state has been commended by the Motorcycle Operators Union of Nigeria. They also thank the governor for approving their operations and activities in the state. They, however, enjoined the governor to address what they called the subversion of the authority in the implementation and recognition of certification for the operation of Motorcycle Operators Union of Nigeria in the state.
They already exist in fact and in law. They have organized themselves before they then sought. And why did they seek it? They sought it principally because before now, there were pre-existing associations. It is not acceptable for the governor of a state to give a directive. And some people feel that they are small governors who now subvert what the governor has done. And we feel that that shouldn't be acceptable. And we feel that although there could be political affiliations, there could be grassroots people who think that they know how to support the government in power. This union should not be made a trophy for those people to earn. It's an independent union. And it's not going to harm government in any way. Indeed, it will help government achieve sanity in that sector.
Moon will not keep quiet. Odiba is not a member of our union. He cannot represent us in any capacity. He cannot sell our documents.
Motorcycle operators appealed to the Ministry of Transportation to implement pre-existing laws as the group is willing to abide by all the statutory, administrative and governance requirements of a state to sustain cordial relationship with the government. Lagos State Deputy Governor Dr. Obafemi Hamzat has expressed the state government's readiness to host the GTEx Nigeria conference in September next year. Dr. Hamzat, who stated this during a meeting with the Chief Executive Officer of Crown International, Trixie Lord Mermand, and her management team in the Lagos Pavilion at the ongoing GTEx 2024 in Dubai, said the state government and the entire technology ecosystem in Nigeria would be very receptive to the coming of the Global Tech Show to the country, especially Lagos State, where tech and innovation have found a good ground in Africa. Hamzat said their administration was deliberate in its decision to make technology drive more of the state's development programs. This year is the fourth time the Lagos State government is attending the World Technology event. The last three attendances by the state have driven value to Lagos, bringing investment opportunities into the tech space and also enhancing the capacity of tech startups directly and indirectly. The Lagos State government says it has carried out a dredging maintenance in Owode Ilede Ajegunle and on the deck on pile of Itowolo Bridge in anticipation of water release by the Ogun-Osun River Basin Development Authority. The Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, at a press conference organized to alert Lagos residents on the socio-economic implications on the systematic release of water from Oyan Dam, assured that the Oyan Dam is not under any imminent threat of releasing excess water beyond safe limits.
Capable of releasing up to 2,271 cubic meters per second during peak periods. However, current releases are measured at 208 cubic meters per second, with only 2 gates opened at 12% capacity each, ensuring controlled and steady discharge. Notably, 62.1% of the dam's flood control capacity remains intact, meaning the Oyo Dam is not under any imminent threat of releasing excess water beyond safe limits. This has been the collaboration of the state with the Ogun-Osun River Basin Development Authority.
While appealing to residents to support the state government's efforts, the commissioner said the emergency flood abatement gang has been consistently desilting and working on secondary collectors and conduit to enable them to discharge efficiently and act as retention basins.
They appeal that they should desist from acts that can lead to flooding. They should stop indiscriminate dumping of refuse in unauthorized places, throwing PET bottles on roads, clogging of drains with silt or construction materials, as this acts impedes free flow of water.
In another development, the Commissioner for the Environment disclosed that the state government, in collaboration with the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, will hold its annual Work for Nature.
The Work for Nature is an effort towards preserving nature and improving quality of lives of Lagosians. This year's program will be commemorated with a 3-kilometer walk that will take off from Onikon Stadium at 7:15 a.m.
This year's theme calls our attention to the fact that we are living in precarious times, especially when it comes to how our climate is changing. And we are happy with the partnership we have with the Lagos State government, that we are able to continue to say these things and continue to walk the talk. And especially with the recent actions by the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources to ensure that the environment protects us.
The theme for each year is coined from the theme of the year's World Environment Day. The 2024 theme is Land Restoration, Desertification and Drought Resilience, with the slogan, Our Land, Our Future, #Generation Restoration. Still ahead. Lagos State Government announces opening of newly constructed Alakbere pedestrian bridge for public. That's in a moment. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, October 14 is marked as International Day of E-Waste Management. And to celebrate this day, the Lagos State Government and other partners raised awareness on the importance of the formal and responsible management of e-waste and the solutions available to citizens within the community. Olatunde Yusuf reports.
This year's theme, the e-waste owns, retrieve, Recycle and Revive aims to inspire people to declutter their homes of unused or broken devices.
E-waste is hazardous and it's not like the pet bottle that the people do. So it's something that has to be taken care of or handled in a proper manner before we can, so that we can be able to protect our environment, both within the school, at home.
Championing this cause, the Lagos State government, in collaboration with E-Waste Producer Responsibility Organization Nigeria and other national and international bodies, are raising awareness on e-waste management.
Lagos is clearly the headquarters of used electronic materials across Africa. I mean, people bring used everything from Germany, from Europe, and Lagos has the highest volume coming in. Evidence, Alaba market, and a few other international markets where we bring in used electronic equipment. However, when they don't work, or when people are done with them, we don't understand the supply chain or the chain for disposal. So what we're doing now is advocacy on the chain of disposal, and also to let people know that you shouldn't just dump it along with your regular waste.
We also need policies from the government which will mandate organizations and people to start taking care of their e-waste. Just like we are doing here today, we also need to catch them young. Like when we teach young people, we are sure that the future will be better than what we are having now.
Creating awareness among young people. This involves an advocacy program on e-waste collection among secondary school students, while the University of Lagos students are pioneering the Tertiary We-Recovery Challenge as an appropriate model for collection of e-waste.
Children and young generation are always very good. One, we get them to imbibe the right attitude. They are very good advocates of change, because when you speak to them, they go back home, they speak to their peers, they speak to their parents, they talk about it. They are young, fresh, and more enthusiastic about what they learn. It's the right tool to create this change that we want and shift attitude away from putting e-waste with other household waste.
I learn to reduce the amount of electronics I use and to reuse as much as I can and to recycle as much as I can.
I have learned that by bringing our electronic waste to the e-waste, it is better than throwing it away because it is hazardous to the environment.
Having knowledge of what indiscriminate disposal of e-waste poses to human life, it is expected that this advocacy would be taken back to schools, homes, and the community at large as collective efforts taken to put a stop to it. Olatunde Yusuf, LTV News.
The federal government says it will ensure that the tertiary education sector gets what it deserves through budgetary provisions, infrastructure development, teacher support and training for the nation's ivory towers to be in competitive standard with their peers across the world. Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mamman, said this at the inauguration of a reconstituted committee of the 2009 agreement of the university-based unions. The minister said the step has become necessary following the ongoing discussions on the attendance effect of the incessant disruption of academic calendar in the country's ivory towers and the need to salvage the unfortunate trend.
We are working on it together with the leaderships of the unions, with their committees, members nominated for this purpose. That is revitalization, we are working on it. I believe sooner than later we are going to hear from finance. The EAA and academic allowances and other allowances applicable, we are also working on it.
Meanwhile, the former head of service of the Federation and chairman of the committee, Dr. Yayale Ahmed, urged the federal government to match its words with action and ensure that the agreements are implemented as promised.
Sincerity of purpose, accepting reality as it were. You mentioned that 2009 agreement may not and does not appear to be fully implementable. We would like it reviewed. Therefore, seeking the cooperation of ASU and other unions to reflect and review as the current circumstances may demand.
It should be a timeline, time limit, so that we know how we are going to move. Not just leaving it open like we did with Babalakin, that was just there and we will postpone meeting for 7 months, will not meet. 7 weeks, 7 months will not meet. So I want to appeal that we should go this way. We are all ready for negotiation. We love this country, and that is what Mofo are seeing in the system. And we must all work together to ensure that we will have time that the children of the minister, children of the president, children of governors, children of senators will be in the same classroom with children of the driver, with the children of farmer.
Meanwhile, the president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Emmanuel Shodoke, appealed to the federal government to consider the importance of education and that the agreements are fairly implemented. The need to train principals, head teachers and students has become imperative for schools undergoing rehabilitation and construction in Lagos State. Chairman, Lagos State Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools, Hakeem Smith, made this known during a training session for principals and head teachers of Tolu Complex Schools, Apapa. Correspondent Olubukola Akinkoleosho reports.
One of the mandates of the Lagos State government is not only improving on the standards of education, but also improving on the infrastructure in primary, secondary and tertiary institutions. The training with the theme Safety Awareness Engagement for principals and head teachers of schools within the Tolu Schools complex has in attendance the Commissioner for Basic Education, Chairman, Lagos State Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools, principals and head teachers.
The project has commenced since about 9 months ago, and we have not witnessed any incident. And the purpose is more or less to say there will be zero tolerance for anything that will go against safety within the environment where the project is being executed.
Coming here, we still see a lot of unsafe workways and students working carelessly, not taking safety precautions into taking this seriously. We now believe that, look, let us expand the people in charge of this safety. Instead of a contractor, we have 6 different lots here. The best they can have is to have a safety officer. But we are now expanding the eyes that are looking at the students and looking at the work. We're expanding the eyes so that a lot of people are monitoring to ensure that safety is being taken seriously.
Sure that accidents do not occur, injuries do not occur to stakeholders in the school environment, be it teachers or students. The school administrators and the contractors, come together to be in one in one page on health and safety in the school environment, so that at the end of the day, we won't record incident of accident or injury in our schools.
Despite being in session, the rehabilitation of the schools is ongoing as government believes in meeting the required standards.
We want to make sure that when you come into this community, you always have something to do. That's why we brought in the vocational. So if you are even in senior secondary school, you are not very, very sound academically, you can learn a skill. Yeah. We also, in addition to that, which was mentioned when we were doing the introduction there, we are bringing in what we call Central Laboratory System.
The Tolu Schools complex accommodates 5 primary schools, 15 junior secondary schools, and 16 senior secondary schools. Olubukola Akinkoleosho, LTV News.
And away from education matters, the majority leader of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Etiosa Nohim Adams, has laid bare his stewardship and efforts of the House of Assembly at ensuring that dividends of democracy gets to nooks and crannies of the state. He was speaking at the 9th edition of the House of Assembly annual constituency meeting. Olatundun Yusuf reports.
It was a large turnout at Etiosa Constituency 1
as stakeholders and residents came out in their numbers to meet their representative at the Lagos State House of Assembly, Honorable Naim Adams, discussing on different salient issues that affect the constituency.
You are all welcome to today's town hall meeting. I appreciate.
At this interactive session, the majority leaders speak on the importance of the annual stakeholders meeting, while also emphasizing on the theme of this year's meeting, which is focused on identifying the root causes of food insecurity and how it can be tackled. Commending the efforts of Honorable Naim Adams at ensuring growth and development in the community, residents speak on the theme of the gathering, emphasizing the need for all and sundry to embrace farming.
What this just shows us is that government is listening and that we have a representative who does not just sit in Alausa believing that he's doing well, who comes back to us every year to ask us how are we doing and what exactly do we want him to do differently and what do we want him to stop doing. So it's always very exciting to engage at such levels.
This is my third time of attending it, and I'm really blessed because people are able to ask questions and we are able to say out our minds and ask for some things.
This meeting, since when Honorable Naim has been in office, he has been doing this meeting, and we have the positive. We see the positive impact of this meeting in our constituency here.
This meeting has really outlined the issue that we are supposed to face in the next couple of years, which, by the grace of God, have promised us that these issues will be dealt with, starting from the landmark of the bad roads to the demolition of houses and more innovations in the Tiosa. And I'm sure this meeting will bring out a good outcome.
I've engaged my constituents, they've engaged me, we've been having issues, discussing here and there, trying to look for a way forward. People complain about people marking their houses, and we're able to resolve so many things today. People complain a lot, and I thank the commissioners, they were able to marshal all their points and give them another impression about government. At least they're happy with our government now.
Some of the constituents went home smiling as they were empowered with financial incentives and empowerment tools as succor to cushion the effects of the present economic situation in the country. Ninth in its series, the constituency stakeholders meeting is an initiative of the Lagos State House of Assembly to interact with their constituents. Latudo Yusuf, LTV News.
And for some cheering news, the Lagos State government has announced the opening of a newly constructed Alagbere pedestrian bridge for use to the public, citing safety reasons. The special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, who disclosed this, said given the high premium the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu places on safety of lives of other people, the governor has directed that the bridge be opened immediately for public use. Works correspondent Joshua Morakinyo has more.
Interesting! I'm so excited! May God take the glory! Wow!
The obvious excitement and relief that comes with not having to risk one's life crossing one of the busiest roads in Lagos. From the damage of the Alagbere Bridge by a truck in December to the swift response of the Lagos State government to construct a new one 10 months after is best captured by the happiness of these pedestrians here.
I said I'm very, very grateful. I don't know that they have opened it. I want to cross. Someone at the man down, they have opened the bridge. Don't cross. Go and climb the bridge. What are you serious? I say yes. I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very grateful. Jesus, to cross the road is not easy. Chai, thank you, Jesus.
This is the ever-busy pedestrian bridge at Alagbere Estate Bus Stop on the 3rd Axel Road. Construction works on the damaged bridge has been completed. After an inspection by a team from the Office of Infrastructure and the contractors was carried out to determine its fitness for continued public use, the Special Advisor on Infrastructure said Mr. Governor has directed the immediate reopening of the bridge to reduce the risk of crossing the expressway.
Mr.
Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu in action. This is part of the challenges we had. We made a promise that this bridge will be reconstructed, even though we're still going to come back from official commissioning for the desire to ensure that Lagosians and pedestrians cross safely. He has directed that this should be open to the public today, and it's one of the things and numerous things that are being done in the state. It's a thing of joy that they're crossing and not taking that risk. That is the wish, that's the desire of Mr. Governor, and it has come to light.
The SA urged pedestrians and commuters to see the gesture of Mr. Governor as responsive and timely.
Take ownership, ensure we don't cross the road on that designated points. This has been done, it's been reconstructed to ensure pedestrian safety. We have to go, take ownership, go away from where miscreants and people abuse this structure.
The damage to the bridge, which was constructed 11 years ago, was caused by the impact of a container-laden truck that tried to maneuver under the bridge bearing a load that was far beyond the provided headroom of the bridge, thereby causing a negative impact to both vehicular traffic and pedestrian users of the bridge. Joshua Murakinyo, LTV News, Lagos.
Now, the Managing Director, Adrian Homes and Properties, Adenike Ajoba, says customers can now purchase properties at massive discounts from October 15, 2024 to January 6, 2025. She was speaking at the unveiling of a 2024 Lemon Friday promotion of a real estate company. We have details in Jamiu Shonibi's report.
As the year 2024 gradually winds down, Adon Homes and Properties, a leading player in the real estate industry, has unveiled the 2024 Lemon Friday product, an initiative designed to welcome the festive season while rewarding both existing and potential customers. This year's Lemon Friday embodies the strength that comes with the support, celebration, hope and joy associated with the holiday season.
This event is a testament to Adon Group unwavering commitment to transforming the real estate landscape in Nigeria and beyond. Lemon Friday is not just a sales campaign, it is an expression of our desire to empower you and the world with the gift of home ownership, ensuring that every family has a place to create cherished memories and celebrate life's special moments.
Over the years, Lemon Friday has helped families secure their dream homes, provided wealth-building opportunities for investors, and brought real estate within each of many who thought it's impossible. This year, we have pushed the envelope further with exclusive deals that promise to offer maximum return on investment.
Similar to what Black Friday represents for other brands, this year's Lemon Friday offers customers massive discounts and exciting packages on properties, with sales running from October 15, year 2024 to January 6, year 2025.
It will make you a proud owner of a land or more in any of our estates across Nigeria. Every Nigerian, they tend to benefit a lot from this product, Lemon Friday.
Everybody that buys into the promo tends to get away with fantastic gifts, and it's a time that we give massive discounts, for our prospects and our existing clients out there.
We're introducing 40 to 45% discounts, and that's amazing. And not only that, because of the festive period, Felix, Navidad, being a good dad, we've decided to also give gifts. So as you are paying your installment, you are getting an amazing gift for December, some things that you can, use at home, share to your family and friends.
The Lemon Friday product underscores Adon Homes and Properties' commitment to helping more Nigerians and Africans achieve their home ownership dreams.
You're still watching the news on Lagos Television. Coming up. Nigeria Customs Service extends verification exercise on the covering private-owned aircraft illegally imported into the country. That's in business news. Join us again.
On Business News Tonight, the House of Representatives has urged the federal government to urgently transmit the medium-term expenditure framework to the National Assembly to avail lawmakers ample time to work on the 2025 appropriation bill when submitted. This is coming as the lawmakers drawn across party affiliations expressed displeasure at the practice of delayed presentation of annual budget proposals to the Parliament, leaving the lawmakers with little time to do a good job. The resolution of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Abak Etim Ekpo Ika Federal Constituency, Akwa Ibom State, Clement Jimbo. Jimbo, while rallying support for the motion on the need to urge the executive to comply with Section 11, subsection 1 of the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007, stated that the law provides for the prudent management of the nation's resources and ensures long-term macroeconomic stability of the national economy. The lawmaker stated that Section 11, subsection 1, Section B stipulates that the federal government must, not later than 4 months before the commencement of the next financial year, cause to be prepared and laid before the National Assembly and MTEF for the next 3 financial year. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, after calling for voice votes which went in favor of the majority, mandated committees on national planning and economic development, appropriation and finance to ensure compliance within 2 weeks. The Nigeria Customs Service (NCS) has extended verification exercise focused on recovering private-owned aircraft that were illegally imported into the country. The Customs National Public Relations Officer Abdullahi Maiwada announced that the verification period for the recovery of imported aircraft has been extended till Thursday, November 14, 2024. He also added that the extension aims to further engage with operators who have shown willingness to regularize their import duties. NCS encourages aircraft operators to seize this opportunity to meet their obligations and avoid potential sanctions arising from non-compliance after the deadline.
The Dolphin Swimming League Season 6 attracts record entries with over 12 schools confirmed for the Nigeria's Premier School Swimming Tournament. The defending champions, Grange and St. Saviour's Schools, will be joined by new entrants Riverbank, Temple, Corona and White Sands, with all vying for medals and honors when hostilities begin on Saturday, October 19. Other participating schools include Green Springs Children International School, Lagos, Lagos Preparatory Secondary School, Bokon Aquatics, and Team UNAT. Organized by Dynas Pro Sports in collaboration with Advance Interactive, the league is endorsed by the Nigerian Olympic Committee and the Nigerian School Sports Federation, with the Lagos State Swimming Association and the Nigerian Aquatic Federation providing technical support. The Dolphin Swimming League has become a breeding ground for swimmers nationwide, with some of the participants winning medals for their respective states, competing at the 2024 National Youth Games held in Asaba, Delta State.
Want to see new achievers. I think parents should support their children, especially those children that are passionate about swimming. Many times the dreams for swimming are more for the parents than the children. But where you find the children are passionate about something, I think we should throw in our weight behind them to help them to achieve, their dreams and succeed at the swimming. So that's what I'm looking forward to in the next season.
I'm sure the organizers have their own plans of what to do next, but definitely it's creating a big impression. Each season the league gets better and better. We've seen products of this league going on to junior championships, representing the club, representing the school, representing the state. and some have even started representing the country at the junior level. So it is contributing significantly to development of swimming in this country.
Tournament coordinator Oluseyi Oyebode says the competition has attracted schools from within and outside Lagos, noting that the forthcoming season will be used to select the Nigerian contingent for the 2025 International School Sports Federation Gymnaside in Belgrade, Serbia.
The league needs more finance to move to the next level, in all honesty. And this is where sponsors needs to come in, to come and give us a lot of our support. Because with what we are saying, if we have more finance, more support, this car will be our beginning. I mean, they've done pretty well to a certain level, but this time around, we need finance.
Coaches and officials of various schools have praised the organizers for their dedication and innovation, making the Dolphin Swimming League a model for sports development in the country.
And on the foreign scene, more lorries carrying aid have reached northern Gaza for the third day running after a period of 2 weeks without aid deliveries. The Israeli military says 50 trucks have entered after the U.S. threatened to take away some military support unless Israel boosts aid within 30 days. Israel's ambassador to the UN says Israel is committed to allowing aid into Gaza, saying there is no shortage of it, but that Hamas is to blame for delays. Meanwhile, fighting continues in Gaza as well as southern Lebanon, where authorities say 16 people, including the local mayor, were killed by Israeli air strikes on a municipal building in the city of Nablus. Israel also hit Beirut for the first time in 5 days as Hezbollah fired more rockets into northern Israel, with at least 2 people injured. Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. So in the news, a recap of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has expressed condolences to the families of 140 victims of Jigawa tanker explosion. He has showed government support for them. The House of Representatives has demanded urgent transmission of medium-term expenditure framework to National Assembly for early consideration of the 2025 appropriation bill when submitted. Lagos State Government has graduated 5,512 youths and women in skills acquisition. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu also promised more opportunities for economic growth. And on the foreign scene, more aid lorries have entered Gaza after U.S. threatened to cut Israel's military support aid. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on their social media platforms. Parting shot tonight, everything you have ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. Overcome your fears. Please remember to call Lagos toll-free lines at 767 or 112 in case of emergencies. Thank you for watching. I am Adibimpe Omotayo.